We very much appreciate you asking this question. Will you ever see Biddles and Bid'ems at the same time? Yes and no. Let me explain. We actually have 4 dogs. This is Ray, Little Bit,
And this resource guarder, well, his name is Chewbacca. Drop it.
thank you. He's all about that Chuck It life.
Bit Bros came into our life in 2022 when the shelters were having a hard time not being full. Never really had an intention of owning them. We were just trying to find their owners.
Sarah first found this guy and she said, "Oh my God, you're just such a cute little bit." And he was running on the side of the road. Come to find out, he had a brother that was also nearby, so she picked them both up and then they became a part of our family.
It was a very challenging point because Sarah was here in Florida getting settled in with the Bit Bros, and I was in Colorado with Ray and Chewbacca trying to sell our house. Once the house sold, we got everyone together, and then that's when it became more complicated. Our rental situation was not good. We were renting a barn apartment that was about 400 square feet, and at that point, the dogs really hadn't gotten used to one another, and there were dogs on neighboring properties, so trigger stacking became a big issue. We were very concerned because Chewy's always been kind of a dick, and we were worried that his resource guarding could lead to infighting amongst the boys, which it did, sadly. It wasn't just his resource guarding as much as it was trigger stacking. If you don't have experience with trigger stacking, let me explain. Let's say there's a neighboring dog on a neighboring property, runs up aggressively barking at the fence, then this guy, he does the same thing. Next thing you know, pupils dilate, lights on, but nobody's home. One day that happened and Chewy went right after a little bit. In those instances, the dogs can't identify friend from foe. They just kind of go nuts. And Big Bit said, "You're not going to screw up my brother," and he intervened. And so now we're breaking up a fight between 3 dogs. No good. So the trigger stacking of other dogs on other properties led to kind of infighting amongst our crew. That's the big takeaway. Those aren't the only instances. There's even one point where Big Bit jumped Little Bit over food. Like, Little Bit is the victim of the group. Like, he's the poor guy that, like, he kind of has the attitude because he's the one that's kind of been attacked. But we actively worked to get out of that situation, and now we have a 3-bedroom house where all the dogs can have their own rooms, all the boys. 5 acres of land for them to run free. But we have everyone on a rotation. Usually one's in a room, one's in the common area of the house, one's outside. When it comes to the male dogs, Ray gets along with everybody's. And it does break our heart because the Bit Bros were very cute when they were younger, especially with snuggling. And we're hoping that we can work our way back to some semblance of normalcy with that. But with 2 people working full time, it's important that we just try to keep everyone as safe as possible. Especially because I think we feel like we're at fault for some of what's happened. With the trigger stacking, like, it was our ignorance. We didn't know it was going to happen, but we should have been able to verify the signs based off of body language and what was happening.